The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is no substitute for professional care by your doctor or your qualified healthcare professional. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice because of something you've heard on this podcast or in any linked material. Guests who speak on this podcast express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions. Dr. Shirley neither endorses nor opposes any particular opinion discussed on this podcast. The views expressed on this podcast have no relation to those of any academic, hospital, practice, institution, or other entity with which Dr. Shirley may be affiliated.
Welcome to Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty. This podcast is curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD, as the definitive source of holistic wellness through beauty.
The Forever Fab podcast values truth and authenticity. We encourage our guests to show up exactly as they are, as the best version of themselves. Please note, this podcast episode contains adult language. Thank you and enjoy. Welcome back to part 2 of the Forever Fab podcast. Franne, how do you define style?
Oh my God. How do you define style? Yikes. Everybody has their own. Sometimes you need a little help.
Yeah.
But it's like whatever makes you feel good.
Love that.
Is your style. I mean, that's what, I have no idea what you're wearing, but it's so provocative. I'm sitting here going, what is that?
What the heck is she wearing?
Yeah, like what? I love the color.
It's just a black blazer, single-breasted, one button, and it's just got these weird puffy sleeves. And I just wanted something whimsical and musical and something.
I love it. Okay,
Thank you.
That's your style.
Thank you.
I mean, it's like that's who you're out there showing the world, and it's fabulous. I love it. I noticed it right away.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's soprano 2, alter ego. She keeps coming back. Oh well, we try. And let's see. Now you nourish others with your music. You nourish the minds of others through your nonprofit. How do you nourish yours? How do you nourish your mind?
Yikes. Well, that's a good question because I try to find time to nourish my mind. Listening to music, listening to books on tape, listening to podcasts, trying to find a moment to breathe.
Yes.
And doing something that's just pure, enjoyable fun. Like, allowing myself to eat something I don't normally eat, that's loaded with grease and sugar.
Yeah. It's the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time you're good, 20%.
I don't know if it's nourishing, but it feels good. So, in that respect, it's nourishing.
It works. So. It works. And regarding your fashion line, is there someone in particular, whether it's another celebrity, a public figure, your next door neighbor, whoever, is there someone in particular you would love to see in your clothes?
Michelle Obama.
Girl! Definitely. So,
I love her. I think she is so extraordinary. She is what I described as, she reminds me of my dad. She's out there. She's spreading love. She's a community worker. I mean, she just, And I would love to get her some magic pants to take on her journey through the day.
Those magic pants would definitely be something that she would love. We'll put it out there in our podcast multiverse to see if she can come through and connect with you somehow. We're just putting it out there, Franny. We're putting it out there.
Love it. Love it.
And once Michelle Obama wears your pants, you must absolutely recommend that she come on this podcast. She is on my wish list. Absolutely. All right.
I love it.
Now, what are your favorite pieces in the line?
Oh, wow. I mean, everything, because I create it or curate it. They're all things I love.
If someone were to go to your website for the first time and say, okay, I can only get, a couple of things. What would be, the two basic irreducible minimums?
I would say, everybody needs a uniform, that go-to that they can just rely on, slip on every day, and just know that they look put together. So that would be any of the pants, depending on your style, what you like, a skinny, a regular, a cigarette, a this, a that, the length, you like an ankle pant or a longer pant. So the pant. And I would say one of my favorite tops, it is my personal go-to when I'm just sort of like, okay, I need something simple that looks chic and great. I love our Henley.
Oh.
It's just a V-neck. It buttons halfway down. It's just very figure flattering. It's got great shape to it, and it just looks fabulous.
Fabulous. I'm going to write that
fabulous.
Down. Because I'm definitely ordering some pants. And now it's coming. It's coming.
Love it.
And do you have a self-care routine? And if so, what is it?
Self-care as far as like face and that kind of thing, or
however you define it, how you do beauty, how you power down, however you define self-care.
Well, I don't really have much of a routine. I every night I take my Neutrogena wipe off my makeup.
Yes.
If I have it on, I use sunscreen every single day, every day. It's a tinted moisturizer sort of makeup base. So even if I don't put anything else on, I always put that on.
You always put on your
Neutrogena. Yes, always. Okay. On my face. Okay.
Yes.
Unless I'm going somewhere where I need it elsewhere.
Yes.
And then I did the Neutrogena wipe at night, and then I take a really warm, almost verging on hot washcloth, and I just put it on my face, and I breathe.
Wow.
And I kind of let everything dissipate, and everything kind of like it's my moment of me with myself. And my washcloth.
Me, myself, and my washcloth.
And it's that heat and the steam and the wetness. It's just, it's so, I don't know. I love it. I love it.
So that's a 2-in-1 for you. It's your beauty routine, but it's also a wellness routine because you sort of power down and just get back to yourself with that.
Exactly. And then, I don't know, I've done this for years. People think I'm crazy because I do it even when it's 105 degrees out. I go to my bed and I will not get in without my hot water bottle.
Wow.
I mean, the air conditioning is on during the summer usually.
Yes.
There's something about the weight. I guess it would be like a weighted blanket or something.
I was going to ask you, have you tried a weighted blanket?
Yeah. And it's, it just, I put it on my chest and it's sort of like decompresses. It's like,
yes. Yeah.
And I always have a couple in case one leaks or breaks or something happens, because
Yes.
I cannot be without it.
Got it. I love a weighted blanket. I understand.
Yeah, I haven't tried that, but I'd like to.
Yeah, I think you would find it comforting.
And I'm not, I wish I did more. I don't do that much. Once in a while, I'll do a mask, or very rarely, or like a bubble bath or something like that. But, yeah. I mean, I know this sounds corny, but, beauty is from within. I love makeup. I love mascara. I love lipstick, all of it.
Yes.
But it doesn't look good if you're feeling bad.
100%, Franny. You said it well. First of all, the makeup and the beauty from within thing are not mutually exclusive. I'm going to get on my pulpit for a couple of seconds since we're down to the last two questions.
Please.
My whole practice of plastic surgery is based on holism. Like, my mantra is a holistic plastic surgery, person before procedure. So I completely believe that beauty comes from within. And the few things that I do to help people actually just complement it from the outside. So yes, 100%, I'm with you on that. That book that you're writing, I'm happy to write a chapter about beauty from within for you.
Awesome. Because, you can put lipstick on and look awful. It's like what you put out. It's all from within. And, sometimes I have no makeup on at all, and I'll look at myself and I say, damn, girl, you look pretty good.
Yeah. Fierceness. Hashtag.
Not always.
Often, I'm sure, Franny. Often, I'm sure. Well, we are down to the last two questions. It has been an amazing time with you.
Oh my God, I love you. I want to be friends with you. I want to have dinner with you.
You know how people say once you break bread with someone, you're friends? My podcast is breaking bread. I'm gluten-free. I can't eat bread, so this is it.
I love it.
We are friends,
No,
Franny.
you are delightful. You are wonderful. And I feel your energy even through
even through the puffs of the sleeves.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
And through the internet, whatever you want,
the interweb,
through the wires.
Well, the second to last question, Franny, is called the Fast Five. So I'm just going to give you 5 sets of pairs. Yes. And you're just going to tell me off the bat, without thinking about it, the first thing that comes to mind. I know. There are only 5, so it's easy. The first one, repair or upcycle?
Repair.
Excellent. There's no right or wrong. This is, just you, how you're feeling today. The second one, efficiency or longevity?
Longevity.
The third, Earth or Mars?
Earth.
Yeah, me too. Fourth one, iPad, Kindle, or print?
Oh, I would say print.
Last one, concert or opera?
Concert.
Yeah. I've tried opera. I barely speak a couple of other languages. I've tried opera, and I'm like, I haven't quite acquired that taste yet.
I want to go back. I'm
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
say efficiency.
Okay. Why did you change?
Because I think quality of life.
Mm-hmm.
You can live to be 100 if your life is not on a certain. That's how I took that question, anyways.
Yes.
It's like efficiency, like what you're doing to just every day. It's not about. It's about quality of life.
I understand.
Quality of life. Yes.
Your change has been duly noted.
Thank you. And you can't change much, but okay.
But you can change an answer. For sure. The last question, Miss Fabulous, Glorious, Goldenlicious Franny Golde. Are the Fab Five, or the last question is the Fab Five. I was an English major, but sometimes I screwed up. So, Franny, what are your top 5 recommendations for living your best life ever? A beautiful life, a fabulous life, a life filled with music and love. What are your top 5 recommendations?
Everything we discussed.
Yes,
Everything
ma'am.
we discussed. Stay out of your own way.
Yes.
Let the love, allow love to come in. And in doing so, put it out. Help other people. Be kind. Be loving.
Yep.
And
2 more.
Live your passion.
Yeah.
Do things you love, because those are going to be the things that really affect the world you live in. And
last one.
Listen to your heart and your gut. Did I say that already?
No, you didn't. That's a good one. Your heart and your gut. So let's say your heart and your gut are at odds. Which would you go for preferentially?
I would try to go for the gut.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. That's hard sometimes.
It is
really hard.
Super hard, because sometimes it comes up as a conflict and you don't know what to do with it. And then you're just like, dang, what do I do?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, forgive. Life is too short. Forgive.
Yes. Forgive. Life is too short. You're absolutely right. I'm reading a book about something else, trying to have an extraordinary mind, etc. And then the author participated in some program where, and I guess they measured longevity, or they measured, they measured happiness. And then they found that 2 of the things that contribute to one's greater sense of happiness is not only gratitude, which we're well aware of, but the second one, I was surprised at, is forgiveness. Right? I guess Absolutely. If you're not holding on to grudges and you're not so worried about what the other person did to you or said to you and holding on to that negative energy, and you just release, let it go, and forgive, no matter how painful that may be. Yeah. Allegedly, that helps you live a much happier life.
I could not agree more. Absolutely. Because it makes you sick.
Yes, that's
holding on to it's poison.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. This brings us to our close of this week's episode of the Forever Fab podcast with my guest, Franny Golde. To shop and find your perfect pair of pants anytime, anywhere, and more, visit FrannyGolde.com. That's FranneGolde.com. And if you do make magic or experience magic in these pants, please let us know. Visit @FrannyGoldeOfficial on Instagram to explore her musical genius. And to help Franny sustain musical support groups to benefit individuals with Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, traumatic brain injury, PTSD, and other neurological disorders, visit musicmensminds.org. That's musicmensminds.org. As always, if you liked this episode of the Forever Fab podcast, please share it and subscribe to the feed. Listen to past episodes or check out who's coming up next on foreverfabpodcast.com. If you enjoy listening to the Forever Fab podcast, get more audio and visuals with a membership through Patreon. Choose the Gold, Platinum, or Diamond tier for premium added content, special co-hosts, lifestyle videos, branded merchandise, and private access to my clubhouse. Do all of this by visiting patreon.com/foreverfab. For holistic beauty tips or to set up an appointment with me to discuss your personalized options for leveling up your beauty, go to elementsandgraces.com and sign up for my newsletter. And for an online e-consultation on time, anytime, and on your time, visit clicklift.com for your wellness, plastic surgery, and beauty questions on the go. That's click-lift.com. And if you don't want to go anywhere or leave your house these days for your beauty maintenance, look out for Jet Set Beauty RX, offering mobile aesthetic medical services such as injectable fillers and multivitamin facial injections at a location near you. Jet Set Beauty RX is coming to your neighborhood soon. Thank you for listening to this week's Forever Fab podcast episode. Until next time, stay beautiful and fabulous inside and out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty, curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD. Live beautifully and help make the world a more beautiful place.